There's a very viral video from last night's Phillies game, but the woman storms over and yells at the man, "Hey, you ripped that ball out of my hand." And she's like yelling at him for like 20 seconds. And the guy just like, yeah, like he just stands there and he's, I think he says, "I didn't get the ball out of your hand." He just grabbed it off the ground. And he takes the ball out of his son's glove and gives it to the woman, who definitely seems older than 30. Isn't that nice of me? That woman didn't have a kid with them. One thing we don't think about when we go to the games, sometimes people have kids they want to give the ball to. Like I have the grandkid at home. And if I get a Bryce Harper home run ball, listen, I'm not giving that to anybody. Matter of fact, if the other team hits a home run, it's a tradition in Philadelphia that started in Chicago. It's a tradition to throw that ball back on the field. And I'm going to tell you right now, you can kiss my black ass. I am not throwing a ball back on the field. I've gone to, you know how many baseball games I've gone to. I've gone to at least 400 on YouTube alone. That might be true. Damn, that's a lot. There's that cemetery. And I've only gotten one ball. I've never gotten a home run ball. I got a foul ball. I got a foul ball! Dreams are coming true! And I couldn't even enjoy it because the guy, after he hit the foul ball, he hit the game-winning home run. His name was Nixon. He played for the Rockies. Oh, we got a food truck. I can't have any horchata. I found this new tropical drink. Ooh, that's the 26. Yeah, I have this new tropical drink. It's called horchata. It's like liquid Big Red with a pinch of eggnog. Very good. If you ever go to a food truck and you see that, try it. Back in 2016, maybe 2015, there's a Jewish cemetery across the street, and a lot of the headstones were knocked over. I think it was like over 100 headstones. Matter of fact, if you go in there today, I think there's still a few of them knocked over. Oh, maybe they fixed them. It's been a while since I was in there. That's hardly ever open. The world more. Hello, friend. There we are. Don't forget, you can get a Rick the Puppy t-shirt. There we go. Is it a bus? Is it a trolley? My friends, that's a bus trolley. Here we are. The Frankford Transportation Center. Right here. Cedar Hill Cemetery. Rick the Puppy, no dogs allowed. By the way, Yoma, he's walking Rick the Puppy. Right back there. If you ever have to wait for a bus at the Frankford Transportation Center, and you gotta kill like 45 minutes, and if you're a little goofy like me, you can explore this cemetery. There are some famous people buried in there, some war heroes, Hall of Fame golfers. I think there's a football player. Great Civil War monument right there in the middle. Just if you're food truck. Holla. Anyway, there is news in the world of Septa. Great news here. All of the buses that were discontinued, guess what? They're now continued. Not now. They're going to come back, I think, September 14th. I got a little bad news. The fares, the price of Septa will be going up to $2.90 as opposed to $2.50. There's this, oh my God, I had my first conversation with AI over the Septa thing. Because I was just like, I didn't understand. Because Septa has this fund. They have this fund where they have $300 million in this fund. But what they kind of do, it's like it's for a rainy day. The money's for a rainy day. They also use this money for payroll. Yeah, I think maybe they invest some of it and you make money off the stock market. Listen, I'm not Jim Cramer. First of all, that guy's a jerk off. Second of all, I'm not him. But anyway, I talked to AI. And I was like, so I was getting really mad. I was like, so Septa had all this money all the time, but companies need to have money in the savings to keep the company going, because like you can't live paycheck to paycheck to be a company. And Septa is like a weird company because it's like, it's not like nobody owns Septa. It has like 15 guys who vote on things, and it's like it's always relied on state funds. It's always, and also recently was relying on federal funds. So people acting like this is like the first time Septa ever came to the state of Pennsylvania asking for a handout. It's not. They do it all the time. And it's normal for a major city with a big population. By the way, we're in a major city right now. It's normal for the state to fund the mass transit system because it kind of keeps the city alive. So Septa is going to be dipping into their piggy bank, and they have Septa funded for 2 years. Now, Septa, we ain't got nothing to worry about for 2 years. And quite honestly, all we need to do is get past 2026, and we won't be a laughing stock to the world with our mass transit being as bad as it was the last few weeks. If you're not familiar with the story, real quick, Septa is our mass transit system in Philadelphia. The state legislators usually pass a bill where they give Septa money every year. They do it because Philadelphia, without Philadelphia, what the hell's Pennsylvania? Pittsburgh? Come on, get out of here. Garbage city, too many hills. I like I like this. I like flat. I like asphalt. Yeah, so the state guys got to vote. They got to vote, and they got to give them some money. I mean, that's the gist of it. And they're always going to have to do that. And Septa, there's always this thing about Septa and their budget and opening their books. Well, they do that. We know how Septa has like $1 billion in savings in different funds. That got me angry. I was so angry when I heard that. I'm like, these guys got kids missing school. You know how many people miss school the first week of school because Septa wasn't running properly? I hate. They used people as tools, like not tools, like chess pieces. We were just a little game. We're a game, and everybody's fighting over people hopping on a bus and the funding. It's crazy. Everybody's angry these days. Everybody's so mad. One thing Septa did that was really stupid. They tried to rebrand, or they did rebrand the buses, but they spent millions of dollars on advertising, on trying to rename something that already had a name. Makes me mad, Rick the puppy. But the fare is going up 40 cents. Rick the puppy. That's just, listen, the dollar store is not the dollar store no more, right? Everything is going up. I think the Septa fares were $2.50. It's been a few years. So look, that's just them the brakes, cuz. Everything's going up except the the wage, the worker's wage. So some of the buses that will be coming back are the 73. I think the Parks bus, the 50. Oh, that means the Broad Street Direct bus will be back. The 3 and the 5, they'll be running their full routes again. Oh, it just makes me mad. I was talking to AI. I was like, explain it to me like I'm a first grader. Like, is this normal for a mass transit system to beg for money? And it is. So why is it political theater? Why are people making games? Why are kids missing school for some, like, bullshit? Did I mention I'm angry about this? And also, Septa, you know, when you have a rainy day fund, I don't know what's more of a rainy day than when you're cutting buses on the opening day of school. Like, you know, cutting buses on Eagles opening day. One of the things that happened was on Monday night or Thursday night at the Eagles game, somebody sponsored the subway, so there was a lot of trains running after the Eagles game. They did that. They also had the subway. All of Septa was sponsored, not just the subway. All of the Septa was sponsored on the day of the Super Bowl parade by Kevin Hart and his Patron company. He paid for Septa for the day. And so maybe we can look into having a subway sponsor. Maybe they got to do that. I've got to tell you, Septa needs to be a little bit more efficient. They maybe do need to cut down on some of the buses. The 66 runs, I feel like it runs every 47 seconds. It runs a lot. Maybe it doesn't need to run that often. The 73 bus doesn't need to be running at 11 o'clock on a Sunday. I don't know. Maybe that's on the weekends. Maybe you just make some changes. But the 73 bus that goes through Bridesburg and Port Richmond, a little bit of Frankfurt, it drives a lot of kids to school. And should kids depend on mass transit to get to school? In my world, yes. I like kids going to school. Right, Rick the puppy? Isn't that fun? I feel like nobody wants their tax dollars going anywhere unless it helps them. That's something I say. I don't want the tax dollars going to Philadelphia. Kiss my ass. That's what I say. It's the 73 bus. It's not back yet, Rick the puppy. It's not back yet. This person has a Bluetooth speaker, dancing and clapping. She's happy. There we go. She's happy. 73 bus is back. Here we are, Rick the puppy. This is great. Oh, there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse in the world than a Bluetooth speaker person. Awful. I don't. And then they're, well, I mean, she was dancing. At least she was dancing, so that was good. But I hate that. I hate when when people have their music. I'm such an old man. Rick the puppy. This video is going to end with highlights of the Quizo game from last night. Me and Todd had a great time at Crawford's. People had to leave because the bar was like filled 20 minutes before the game started. I apologize. Thank you guys for coming out. The few people who couldn't get in. I'm really surprised. I'm not really surprised. I'm really happy. That's a better way of putting it. I'm really happy on how successful the last few weeks of the Quizo things are. We're going to take the rest of the month off. One a month I think is good. And it's fine. It's fun. It was fun. Everybody gets to hang out. Right there, you see how the door is missing on that crypt or a mausoleum. People were ripping off the doors, like the brass doors, and they were taking them to recycle places. And that was a big problem happening around COVID. A little bit before COVID it was happening. The prices of everything of all the metals were super high, and the scrapyard people, they have no morals whatsoever, so they would take grave doors and recycle them for profit. That wasn't just this cemetery. It was happening at Laurel Hill. It happens everywhere. It happens everywhere because people don't pay attention to cemeteries. Just so you know, I've been doing this YouTube channel for I think 7 years now, and the one thing I learned from this YouTube channel is after you get buried, you have no say in what happened. Well, even when you get buried, some places you can't even get buried. The cemeteries are run poorly. But what I learned is cemeteries shut down. So make sure when you get buried, don't pick a pile of shit cemetery. I would recommend taking a tour before your body goes for the eternal store. What do you think? That's a great funeral ad. By the way, nothing worse than a funeral parlor owner. Just making money. The profit they make off coffins and urns. Well, actually, the urns don't. I mean, they make great money on every funeral, but I hate that. I hate that people capitalize on grieving. Horseshit. Well, you can get the pine box, but that would mean you didn't love your father. So what you got to do is get the oak coffin. Fuck you. Put them in the pine box. Matter of. Oh, you know what? My dad. My dad found a tuxedo at a thrift store, and he wore it at my brother's wedding. And he said when he dies, he wants to be buried in it. But he's lost a great deal of weight, so now he's going to have to find a new tux store. Who gets buried in a tuxedo? I always get a kick when somebody yells out to Rick the puppy. Every time we walk around here, somebody says hi to him. All right, you're not pulling no more. We went for our little walk. I had a nice time in New York. I got to do a little exploring. I drove home from the Catskills during the Eagles game. So I had to do the Quizo thing, which I'm going to be playing in just a minute. And I didn't want to drive 4 hours and then go somewhere and like perform for like 3 hours or 2 hours. And they said, so I was like, I'm just going to drive home and listen to the Eagles game. And it was during probably one of the worst rainstorms I've ever driven in. And the New York and New Jersey portion of that ride home was not lit by any street light. And that people were driving with their high beams on, and they didn't turn them off. By the way, if you do that, there's a special place in hell for you. But yeah, it was brutal. So I was supposed to go back up to the Catskills and watch Rich Voss perform, but I can't do that drive again. Is it a bus? Is it a trolley, my friend? That's a bus. Here we are, Crawford's in Riverside, New Jersey. Sold out show already, Justin. Very crowded in there. No soliciting, no loitering, no shoes, no shirt, no service. You got that going?
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm good. Shoes, shirt.
You ready to play some Quizo?
Ready to get service? Yeah.
Yeah, hit them with the line.
Let's go.
All right, that was appropriate. Everybody.
I mean, for here. Let's go.
You excited?
It's gonna be great.
What?
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be a good time. Well, you're in a good mood.
It's Friday.
It is Friday.
Yeah, Fine Bars here.
Eagles won.
The Eagles did win.
I didn't watch one.
Didn't watch. Oh, that was all right. I mean,
Did you stay through the delay?
Of course, I stayed through the delay. I'm not an Adam.
There was a delay?
Yeah.
Back in my day, the football players played in the rain.
It's pretty pathetic. I don't know. They barely rained. It barely rained.
I drove home from the Catskills last night.
I heard you.
Todd.
I know. Why is he on a big?
What?
Look at that guy.
See Netflix, the turnaround.
Well, you know when you can watch it on YouTube tonight, but it's a football game.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking about coming over and somebody could literally press one button and go from you to a football game. Watch Patrick Mahomes and Taylor Swift's fiance.
Delilah's was advertising it. They're showing it.
What do you think of that, Todd?
What?
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. That's all. We did it. He doesn't know. And now we're all laughing. Well, that was Brett. What do you think? Pretty exciting round of Quizo.
It was very intense.
Did you know any of the answers?
Yeah, more or less. I said Woodrow Wilson for president, but it's really Grover Cleveland, but, you know.
Todd thinks my questions are stupid.
Todd thinks everything's stupid. That's a badge of honor for you, Captain.
That's true. But I think it's nice to know the answers to the questions.
Well,
what the hell do I care if you win?
I did really well in the Phillies ones because I read Todd's dad's book called The Phillies Reader by Richard ORTHODOX.
You could buy a copy right here.
You can't buy a copy of
Post a
that.
picture of it.
I bought one last night.
You bought a copy of Todd's dad's
I'll
book?
get it signed for you. Post a picture right
And if you
here.
go to
It's called the Phillies Reader.
And if you go,
Why do you make me do this?
Fucking Google something and post a picture of it. It takes 5
I
seconds.
gotta screenshot it, then I gotta crop it, and
or you can just edit this whole part out.
I don't like working.
Let me go grade. I know. Let me go grade this.
I just played around the Quizo. Are you smarter than the first grader? What do you think?
That wasn't Are You Smarter Than a First Grader. That was Are You Smarter Than a Preschooler.
Todd, he said,
I'm a 5th grader.
you're saying, oh, you're a 5th grader?
Yeah.
Todd, no age restrictions at these bars in New Jersey.
No, it's fine. It's Agnes. Agnes is cute.
Okay.
Yeah. Little Timmy.
What's the largest planet in our solar system? What's the sun? The planet closest to the sun?
Yeah.
And give me one more of my dumb question. Who was the whore from Pretty Woman?
Don't use that word. It's sex worker.
No, she was a whore.
Sex worker.
Back in 1990s.
Do you want to interrupt me in the middle of doing this, or do you want to?
I'm just trying to delay time because we're flying by.
35 people watching. What team have the Phillies faced the most times in the postseason?